Well, goddamn it, Path Girl, it happens every time this way that I shake my gigantic penis and something goes weird with Zencastr. It's really it's a
your
burden.
Story, really?
It's a burden.
Oh,
Well,
really?
I was sitting here, we're ready to log on, and then I say, I have to adjust my massive penis, and I shift it to the side, and then 26 minutes of us not hearing each other. So I think what happened was that my giant penis flopped through Zencastr and knocked you unconscious. And now we're here?
Yeah,
No?
I don't think so.
No?
No. I think it's just the technical gods. Once again, no tap on the forehead. No, I don't want your penis touching me. Thank you. No. I have a penis
What
in
if
the
it
other
just
room
touched your elbow? I touched Kathy's
No!
shoulder once.
Oh,
I did. We were in the office, and I said, I'm going to put my dick on your shoulder. And she's like, go ahead. And I did it. And I just whipped it out and put it on her shoulder. And she went, really? And I said, well, you said to. That's consent.
Well, technically, yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. Do you feel your sex life is quite lame?
Perverted Podcast.
Scared that your desires might be strange?
Perverted Podcast.
Come and join the kinky world of play.
Perverted Podcast.
Hello, and welcome to Perverted Podcast, a show where we explore the adventures of the kinky lifestyle, sex, and the human mind.
Recording on Zencastr, please don't breathe. There's still Halloween might be over, but I still hear moaning in my house. I'm Path Girl.
I am Count Boogie, and I love how you put a Halloween might be over, but this show gets released on the 30th, you know.
Well, okay, I had my dates mixed up. Sorry.
And Halloween is the 31st, so technically it's still a day away.
I
but,
thought
you
we
know,
were releasing this in November, so fuck me, okay? Just fuck me.
I would fuck
me.
you, but you don't want to touch my penis, which is going to make it a little difficult. I mean, is it? If it's in a condom, I mean, technically I'm not touching you with my penis, right?
No, but then eventually, like, your pelvis would eventually touch me, and then I would just profusely
now you don't
vomit
even
everywhere.
want to pelvis hug me?
No.
Really?
No.
There's not even pelvis hugging?
There's only one part of your body that is allowed to touch me. And you know why?
My butthole?
No. Because Uncle Creepy said, hi to your tits.
Oh, well, I feel included. That's very nice.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you very much, Uncle
Everybody's
Creepy.
tits are included.
Even though it's a little awkward. But that's not what's important, Path Girl. What's important is vaginas.
Yes.
And I saw the greatest vagina movie. You know, as a perverted guy, you always look for which movie has the most flesh in it. And that's what the greatest movie is. The Oscar goes to movie with most booby shots, butt shots, and in this case, vagina shots.
Okay.
And I have to tell you, Path Girl, we had to leave America to win the Oscar for the best movie ever recorded. And it's a movie called Desire. It's a French movie. It has subtitles.
Okay.
It's on Tubi right now. And I won't give away, because I don't even know what the plot is. I'm halfway through the movie, and it's literally the opening scene is literally shower scene, like public community women's shower. And the camera, it's like a blue tint to the camera, and it's literally dozens of women all from the waist down. So it's like you don't even get boobs for it eventually pans up to boobs in another scene. But it's just all these women naked in the shower talking, and they're all walking directly at the camera, and it's just vagina everywhere. Like, I wish I had a big screen TV, and it's just, and you can see lips, and it's just, and I'm like, oh my God. And it just went on, and it's just butts and vaginas, and the whole movie is just nudity, and, you know, and just
And this
girls
is on
grabbing.
Tubi. Wow, this is free.
This is on Tubi.
Nice.
Yeah, free. This is free with commercials.
Is it bad to get cum in your eye? Is it safe to set balls on fire? Avoid the things you regret. Get advice, better yet. Let our failures be your wins as we discuss kinky topics off Reddit.
Well, Path Girl, this is something that I know you're going to know something about.
Oh, yes.
I surely know this. And it's a funny, because I kind of think I know what's going on, and she hints to it, but I'm like, it's just a fun thing. But it's also something to think about, and it's something for tops to think about and bottoms to think about if you try to make an adjustment to this thing that can't necessarily be adjusted. And this is focus during subspace. Focus during subspace, which in and of itself just sounds like an oxymoron.
Pretty much.
My dom is asking me what I want, and I'm the most undecided person in the world, and it doesn't help the fact that he's asking in the middle of the scene when I am heavy into subspace. So he knows me very well. He knows exactly what I like and my limits, since we talk about it a lot. We have a very long history together. But he's asking me what I want in the middle of a scene, and I just can't concentrate enough to give him a straight answer. I think he's enjoying my struggle, but I'd like to learn how to concentrate enough so that I can think of what I want in that moment. Do you have any idea on how to focus during subspace better in the middle of a scene? Yes.
Yikes.
I'd also like to learn how to fly, and I would like how to make water taste like chocolate without adding chocolate to it.
Is there like
this
a
is
Narcan for like subspace or something? You know how like people like immediately get out of a high. Is there something we could give people? In
Yeah,
subspace
it's called ice cold water. Ice cold water is great for doing that.
No.
It does work,
and
it has been used. Or you just let's go into the thing. Can this be done, Path Girl? Do you feel this can be done? I have a lot of thoughts on this.
Yeah.
Can you? Now she wants to focus. She's like, I want to be there. When he asked me a question, God damn it. First, why don't you explain to the Perverted Podcast listeners who are new, who don't understand the term subspace, what subspace is?
Okay, so to give a revisit to everybody who's out there for pervertedpodcast@gmail.com, or our newer listeners, hi, we love you. Okay, subspace is basically the body's chemical reaction to when you're playing in a scene and your body is going through pain or going through pleasure. Your body's releasing all those happy endorphins. Those are the ones that you've maybe heard of, something called a runner's high, where people just get ecstatically happy, or you may see some people pass out. You may see some people just get this mile, 1,000-yard stare. Everybody reacts to pain and pleasure differently during a scene. Me personally, I tend to go nonverbal when I am in subspace. I get like pretty much, I can hear everything going on, but like I cannot physically respond to anyone. So asking someone to concentrate during subspace, could it be done? Absolutely. Is it likely to be done? Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not, because it's just you're trying to fight against your body's biochemical instincts. I mean, pretty much like take a whole 2 doses of NyQuil and then try to will yourself to stay awake. It's probably not going to happen. You may happen for a while, but you're basically your body's going to succumb to those chemicals. So that being said, he's probably liking to fuck around with her, which any top is going to love that, especially any sadistic dom's going to be.
That's going to be my first guess.
Yeah. But I mean, if it were me and I had to try to, communicate something, I'd try to remember a couple of words. Like if he's asking me, what do I want in the middle of the scene? Paddle, flogger, hand.
Keep it simple.
Just try to get, keep it simple. And that way, and it even gets to the point where I'm toward the end of getting into subspace where I can only speak a few words at a time. Because there's been times like even when I've started to go into trouble where I've gotten dizzy or I needed to lay down, and I'm like, I'll basically say down, and that's the word to Doc and Don is, hey, I need to lay down. So,
Right.
the other thing she could do is, for me, music has always been a key for me in Subspace. If I start losing Subspace, or I start, like, the pain's getting ahead of me, I focus on the music. That's why I love putting on music that I really like. And that way I can kind of concentrate in the music, and it kind of brings me back to center. Like, okay, I could push the pain out, or I could push the Subspace away a little bit. But it's going to be super hard just trying to fight against those chemicals. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, there are two different types of neurotransmitters and chemicals that are going on, because you have your dopamine and your I should have looked up all the fucking
norepinephrine and epinephrine. Yeah.
Well, there's one,
and
because
adrenaline too.
The thing is it's like there are the chemicals that make you high, which obviously dopamine's a lot of serotonin and those mixes, and then there's also chemicals in your brain that make you focus, which would be like adrenaline and things like that. So if the idea that you're going to try to be in the middle of one set of chemicals in your brain and then have to have your brain trigger other chemicals in order to make you focus, it's impossible to stay in subspace. They don't call it subcoherent. They call it subspace. There's a reason that it has that fucking name. It's supposed to be space. If it's coherent, that's a completely different scene, because now you're releasing different stuff in the brain that's telling you how to focus. So it's kind of like, that's why we laugh. It's not really possible unless you're going to come out of subspace, which for some people that's the end of your subspace. There's ways where maybe you could come out of it a little bit, like you said, with certain words, or maybe little word training. So before you go into a scene and you say, if I say marshmallow, it's still a visual of something soft and sweet and yummy, but it also gives you, when we say marshmallow, you get to say these words. So it's kind of like a training, a hypnotic kind of training that you're doing, which people have done. There are certain cues that people have in play that allow you to come out a little bit, but if you come out too much, you're not going to be able to get back in. And I've seen that a lot of times before, especially in little space, pet play, those types of things, when people are really, really into that trance. And that's a lot of what it is. It's a trance, but there's chemicals in it that also can make you hallucinate and just trip balls. Like, literally, I've played with people that are gone. Do not let them drive. Do not let them walk. Do not let them be by themselves. They are fucking in la la land, and they are seeing things and having visions. And if you try to take someone out of that, then that's the end of that. And for someone like me as the top, you have to make a decision. Like, because of course it's amazingly fun to fuck with somebody very briefly when they're deep, and you ask them a math question. You're all, so what's the compound fracture of 3/4 times? Make up some shit.
Yeah.
What's and then just to see that look, or a geographic question. Hey, where's Botswana, by the way? And they're just that look, and they're like, I don't know. It's very fun. What? To do that. But if you keep asking questions, then there's a part of the mind that says, hey, you have to focus for survival. This is important. And then it's going to stop the release of the high chemicals and give you the focus chemicals. And once again, if you do too much of it, that can bring you out, and then you've kind of fucked up your scene.
Yeah.
I love for my partner to go way, way out. And then tell me afterwards. I want to orchestrate them, because I'm sober and I don't get to get high anymore. So I want to get them as fucking whacked out of their mind as they can, and then the rule is they have to tell me about it afterwards. So I want to hear it. And I have heard some of the most entertaining stories I have ever heard from another human being is a partner that I've played with explaining their subspace during our scene together.
My subspace is always the same, though.
Really?
It's because subspace for me, like, I'll start getting like that warm feeling, and I start getting that head fuzziness. To me,
Right.
it's I tell people a great description is basically is if I was laying on like a inner tube or a raft in a warm pool and the sun's beating down on me. So basically, I get that really warm feeling, and my eyes are closed. So you can, when you close your eyes and you're in the sun, you can kind of still see it coming through your eyelids a bit. So you feel that warmth, you see that warmth, and I'm just floating in the pool, just kind of like there's no sound, and it's just that literally floating in the pool. But for me, physically, like I go nonverbal. I mean, most of the time, if I feel like I'm about to go completely out into subspace, I will go over to Adonis and basically like curl up into him, and I will make sure that I rest my hand on a part of his body, or he'll take my hand and put it on a part of his body, because I can't talk. I hear every single thing. I cannot talk. I cannot move, because to the point where Adonis will usually make sure I'm.
Do you process anything visually? Like when you're floating in the pool? I can't even open
my eyes. No.
I understand. Your eyes are closed, but do you see anything in your mind? Do you visualize anything?
No. It is literally like I am. I'm laying. It's like if it was a sunny day in the summer and I was laying in a warm pool and just kind of had my head back and my eyes closed and I could feel the sun beaming on my eyelids.
Right. But you have no thoughts. There's no visions. You don't see the sun. Nope. It's just a quiet and a blue light.
It's like yellow light almost, because it's the sun.
Yellow light.
Like
okay.
For sun. Yeah. So it's just literally like if it was a sunny day and I was laying out in a warm pool and my head was back and my eyes were closed. The exact same thing every single time. I mean, it's utter bliss.
Peaceful damn place.
Yeah, exactly. It's wonderful.
That's a peaceful place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and once again, very different. And we should say this for our new listeners, that not everyone achieves a level of subspace. Some people enjoy the masochism, and maybe they just go into eroticism. It just becomes erotic. It just turns them on because you're more interactive. There's a lot of people that have different levels of hyperactivity in their mind, and so it's very, very difficult for them to let go, even when they're processing pain or things like that. And once again, everyone has their level of where they go and what that kink is for. But for the people that do get into kind of that ethereal state, it can be anyone. Like what you just described to me is actually something I haven't heard, where it's completely like there's no visions, there's no thoughts, there's no. I've had people that just get calm and they feel peaceful, but they still hear everything. They can still talk and they still can communicate. They just have a warm, fuzzy feeling, but they're still very coherent. And then I've had people go all the way into, I was swimming through chocolate and I could taste the chocolate with my skin. Like my skin, I could taste chocolate with my skin, her arms, legs, everything. Like they felt chocolate and had that sweet taste in their mouth. The mind produced that in their mouth through their skin. I've had weeping Buddha scenes. And then, of course, Bunny famously used to go to this, like during needle play, we used to go up to this giant cliff in her mind. And that it looked out over the ocean or scenic. And there was a giant swing, like one of those hilltop swings. And she would just swing on that swing and look out.
Wow.
And but it was a specific place, but she still saw many things. And then I've heard things about colors and, I was in red. There was a vortex under me and it was swirling red and there was peace. There's so many different, then that's some of the best stories I've ever heard were from the visions that people have while they go into that subspace. So do you really want to stop that? Some people, there are DOMs. And once again, here's a negative. I'll throw in a negative. There are some dominants that you may play with that are like, I want you to focus on me. I don't want you fucking leaving and looping out or whatever. Yeah. And for some things in the ego, I'll say that's a negative, especially if it's every time. Like if it's a certain scene where I'm not going to let you go into subspace. I want you to stay focused because we're going to do A, B, and C that I want to do. Absolutely. You're the dominant. You reign. But if somebody can go into deep subspace, which is so therapeutic for so many bottoms,
Oh yes.
if you want to make sure that they don't have that so they can focus on you and your dick, it's a little douchey after a while. It definitely is a little selfish. But once again, if they say this is what it is and I don't want you to do that and you agree to the game, then that's what you want, and that's absolutely completely fine in your dynamic. But it is a little selfish. Well, I'm just going to call it a little selfish. And once again, everyone, as long as you disclose what you do before you play, that's fine. But the idea that you're going to be able to kind of control that tsunami of chemicals and then be sharp and coherent and then go back into it, it's a little unlikely. It is a little unlikely.
Yeah, and then also don't forget later, if you're not careful with all those chemicals, then you can go into, what's called drop for the newbies. It's basically like when all those chemicals kind of like leave your body. Your body's like, wait, come back. It's kind of like having a really great ice cream sundae and then realizing, oh, it's all gone
having
now.
it drop on the sidewalk all of a sudden.
Yeah, pretty much. But and here another thing, basically, a scene is not. Don't think your scene's not successful if you don't get to subspace. I have had plenty of amazing scenes where I've gotten that warm, fuzzy feeling in my head, but not to the point where, like, I'm fully in subspace and fully incoherent, where it's just basically like, oh, this feels really good. I mean, I've seen friends of mine who've played and basically they just kind of get that, like, if they were drunk, kind of like, hey, I've only had one drink, so I'm kind of like loose, but I'm not like loopy goopy. So, but if you don't get the subspace in a scene, that's okay too. Sometimes it's just fun just to have the experience, or just even like you could train yourself to like have scenes last longer. And it's just like, if you start feeling spacey, I've seen people pull back and go, no, we're not heading there. We're just going to work on your stamina.
Yeah, that's actually pretty common too. Yeah, I think there's so many options for your type of play. Just don't shame yourself for what you have, and find that, because also it could be, final point, it could be also the level of trust that you have. If you're not going into subspace, your body could still be in survival mode, and your mind could be in survival mode. So you haven't worked out enough trust with this top that you feel okay to completely let go, because I think above all else, subspace is a type of surrender, and it's a letting go of yourself. And if a part of your brain doesn't feel comfortable letting go that much and being that vulnerable with a partner, then it's very unlikely that you're going to be able to go deep into any sort of trance with that person. I mean, the body is specifically geared to survive. So that could be something, if you're having trouble getting into subspace, to talk to your partner and to go, how do they make you feel? If they're very attentive and you guys have great communication and you're still not going into subspace, okay, maybe, warm bath beforehand, do some stretching, maybe do some mantras and try to get yourself. But ultimately, if your brain is very hyper, like mine, I've never, because tops can have top space too. And it can actually be dangerous. Because now you're out of control. And there's been a few stories of tops not stopping because they're in space and somebody has to jump in between and whatever. I don't have a mind for it. I have never once, in the hundreds of scenes that I have played, I've gotten relaxed and very focused and in rhythms. But I always know what the fuck's going on. And I'm always planning and plotting and producing and watching and checking breath and things like that. So some people just don't get there, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just enjoy what you find out of it. But that's just, so. What's 27 times 23? What?
42. Wrong.
Explain to me the basic function of a combustion engine. What?
Jesus Christ.
What? Fire.
I can just imagine like somebody like give me like math questions like, what's 42 plus 24? And I'd be like,
It's great. But if you do it too much, they'll come out of it, because then they start going, push, come on, you got to answer. Because then it becomes that challenge that I got to answer this. I'll show him. I know he's trying to fuck with me. And then all of a sudden you're coherent. You're like 72. And then you're like, shit, now I'm out of it.
Shit, I lost it. We got to start all over again.
Fucking fuck.
He's enjoying fucking with her, and just, you know what? Enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Uncle Creepy lurks around your bedroom. Once you're in his clutch, he penetrates the places where your mama said that good girls shouldn't touch.
Uncle Creepy.
Count Von Boogie. No, that's discount.
Vaughn. I like Vaughn. Yeah, Vaughn's good. Count Von Boogie. I am Count Von Boogie. Let's get to the important thing. Somebody's a pervert. Somebody is. We have pervert proof. We have actual pervert proof. Uncle Creepy pervert proof. I thought this was amazing and sad, but amazing, and go. Why are you a pervert, Uncle Creepy?
Hey, I just want to start off by saying I do stupid things, and I don't know if anybody knows that.
You have a penis, right?
I have a penis, and sometimes it takes the wheel. And Lord help me.
Stupid things are the way of the peen.
Yeah, so I was, I like my cars to be clean, so I was in a car wash, and as I churn out of the car wash to get it vacuum and to get it ready, I notice a beautiful, hot, tan, brunette, beautiful angel off to my right-hand side, and she's getting in a car, and I'm like, holy shit, she doesn't have panties.
Oh.
And I'm staring, and I'm like, oh my God, she's bending over. And I'm like, oh God, she's bending way over, and I'm. Do
you hear the music playing, like the tension music, like it's like building to the fucking heavens opening up?
And like some electric cars have that sound so that they don't sneak up on you. They go,
oh, the angel sound, yes.
Yep. And Lord help me, because I almost met one. As I'm staring at her beautiful shaven fucking mound, Boogie, I crashed right into a vacuum cleaner.
Oh my God! Stereotypical fucking guy crash.
And it was a low speed, crash. So the car kind of stopped. I wasn't using the gas. I was just coasting, and I put that motherfucker in park, pretended like nothing happened, and that was exactly what I wanted to do. And
I wanted to be close to the vacuum.
Yeah, I waited about 10, 15 seconds to see if anybody noticed. I embarrassingly put that motherfucker in reverse and drove away, because there was no fucking way I wanted to just deal with what just happened.
Oh, but talking about our penises, if you're, let's use penis logic here and put it to brain logic. Uncle Creepy, if you're going to crash a car, there are so many reasons to crash a car. Dumb mistake reasons to crash a car. Oh, I was reaching for the radio. I was reaching for my coffee. I spilled something. I was texting and driving. Yeah. Dumb. Okay. But a non-panty wearing hot woman bending over. I mean, come on.
She was on her tippy toes and everything, like, doing that little stand that they do in like pinup.
Oh yeah, where the ass
stuff
goes up and out, and this is. I feel like I can't have this conversation with Path Girl and appreciate it as much. Like, I'm totally like on board with like, well, yeah, you crashed your car, duh. That's just part of the pay of a free non-panty wearing, and she meant it.
She knew what she was doing. You don't go to a car wash without panties and
start like bending over and fixing your car. Like, nobody's that oblivious unless you're drunk. Yeah.
I mean, I was pussy drunk. Like,
I'm just Perverted Podcast at gmail.com. Have you ever crashed something? Have you ever had a moment? Have you ever? Because women too. There's women that gawk. We turn into like primitive animals when we get enraptured with some hotness. It's very difficult to turn away. Like, it takes years to learn side eye and to look in the gym, to look in the mirrors to see who's looking at you, look at her. Like, it takes years to master the art of not being horribly creepy. about looking at women, but the idea that somehow every man with blood in his veins is not looking at every beautiful woman, that's just it. That's what we're doing.
It's women in general, honestly. Like when I see something I like, I gotta be like, all right,
you want to plan, you want to plot, you want to, and then you do the math, and this is going to make us sound like assholes. And I have to say it because this is what's going through our brains. This is when men are there's no help, there's no hope, there's no help.
No, we don't.
Every woman that I see goes through an instant scale. I can't help it. Would I fuck her? How would I fuck her? How old would she be? If she was 20 years younger, would I fuck her? If she was 50 years younger, would I fuck her? But yeah, there's always that gauge of what it would take for me to have sex with her, because that's called attraction, by the way.
Yeah, and there was a million fantasies went through my head. Like I'm coming to get her. She's gonna be like, "Oh, I didn't know that you noticed me," and come into my big SUV, and we fuck, and I come on her face, and I just slap her and be like, "Next time, bitch, you wear this for me," and then I drive home.
Yeah,
that's it.
Because that's what she would have done. That's exactly how it would have gone down.
If I hadn't crashed my car.
Before the police showed up, beat you half to death and threw you in jail.
Vaginas and penises, things we find interesting. This is the random topic we are gonna talk about now.
So I'll give the title that you gave me, which I'm like, we have to talk about this. In regards to you being in a new area, new people, new dungeons, new community. You asked, do you ever feel like an imposter? And how do you deal with it? And the second you said imposter, I was like, oh yeah, I get this. So give your synopsis of what that means to you.
So I've used the term imposter syndrome. It's a term that I've heard before. It tends to be for more of a career-based conversation where people, like especially people who have like jobs that need a lot of experience and stuff like that, and you get a position of higher up there, and you feel like you just shouldn't be here, that it's what you're doing, but you don't know what you're doing. And in the kink world, so sometimes, like with this, I would say, is it infamy that I have, like the expectations I put on myself that others are putting on me, is
even though they're not putting it on you, you're putting it on you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll talk about that in a second, because I spoke to a therapist about this, because it was really like weighing on me about like, these, I know I have experience in these things. I've done scenes enough to say that I'm pretty well versed in doing stuff, and stuff that I've learned on the show here, stuff that I've learned from other mentors and stuff. And I still feel like I'm going to start a scene, and like whoever I'm in the scene with are going to be like, this guy really doesn't fucking know what he's doing. Like, he's terrible.
That's that. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I feel it in my bones all the time when I'm talking to young ladies online about oh yeah, I could do this, that, and this, and then I'm just like, oh fuck, what if I fuck this up? Like, my whole like sex life is on the line here, and I just build it up so fucking high in my head, man.
Well, I mean, what you do, I think, is common among most humans. I think we all get that kind of fear of not being able to impress the group that we're entering in, or are we fake, or we get our self-worth is damaged, especially when we know that there's other people out there that are really good. They're already established. They got it. And now you got to go in and I'm competing with this person and that. And your head can just spin right the hell off to where you're not even a useful human anymore, because you're literally just so trapped in that fear. So it is a very valid fear, because when you come in, especially when you're coming into a new community, a new city, you want to do this. I want to be here. I want to be a part of this community. I want to be a part of these people. I want to play with these people and find partners and play and grow and be a good member of the community. And all those are great desires, but it's really your first impressions can get the best of you, because there's a big fear. If I come in and I crack a fart joke and everyone's not into fart jokes, then now all of a sudden I'm completely, out of the scene. Those are real fears, but it really comes down to what's your intention. That's my first note when I deal with this, is what's my intention?
Yeah.
In regards to the play scene. Is my intention to impress a bunch of people around with this play scene so I can build my name quickly and everyone will see how great I am? Or is my intention to have a connection with a play partner? Because if my intention is to connect with a play partner, then everything else can just disappear. None of that matters.
Yeah, well, yeah.
My intention is with this person that I get to play with. Even though it's in front of people or whatever, I don't have to worry about that. Because you and I know this for sure, because we've been in this community for a while. I've been both together. We've been to hundreds of play parties, hundreds of play parties. And I will tell you, and every new listener that goes through this, every veteran listener that goes through this, when you see scenes and you can tell immediately when either the top or bottom are trying to show off to everybody else, and it is completely inauthentic, you end up feeling like if the top is showing off, you kind of feel sorry for the bottom, like, oh, she's just being used. When the bottom is screaming her head off, when he or she is screaming, you can tell, oh, the bottom is just trying to show off how super masochist they are. And it's
Hollywood
just,
Daddy used to call that snarfing.
Snarfing, yes, that was snarf. We had snarf. We talked about it on the show. That was horrible. But it's very fake. That is the thing that will kill your reputation far faster if you're focusing on your partner. If you're focusing on the person that you're playing with, and all you are interested in that moment is to have a connection. I cannot tell you, and I know you know this too, Pathgirl would say the same thing. I have seen scenes by people who knew almost nothing about kink. They knew a little bit of whatever. They were brand new, but they were so into each other. Their little simple scene, and looking at how they looked at each other and how they smiled at each other and how they had excitement for each other in that scene. Those scenes are fucking 50 times hotter.
Yeah.
Than any fucking super spinning flogger, hanging from the ceiling, triple rope, fucking double, triple dildo in the fucking feet, hands. None of that shit is impressive more than seeing that intention. And when potential play partners are looking at you as a top or as a bottom, they're watching how you connect with that person, and they're like, well, I want to be that person. I want that. Yeah. I want that top to do that to me, or I want to have a bottom that connects with me like that. That is. It seems counterintuitive, like, oh, I should be doing all these things and make cookies and do all these things to impress everybody. But in kink and BDSM, especially in these types of plays, it doesn't matter. I mean, of course, it's wonderful and great when people do fancy things, but it is so much more impressive when you see that intention. That's the number one toy in the toy bag.
Interesting. Yeah, so what I've tried to really use to get through it is to try and see from their point of view, what they think of me, kind of.
Right.
I don't think that anyone would let me play with them if they didn't trust me, if they didn't know that I knew what I was doing.
Right.
A lot of people need to see your skills. So I think peacocking is it gets kind of fun. I do, now that I think about it, I do.
Peacocking, is that kind of like showing off, or?
Yeah, you know how you talked about like showing off is not really what people look for, but
Right.
I feel like when, and I call it peacocking because, the male peacock is the one that's beautiful. It shows off its feathers and stuff, but that applies to both sides, to where you want to show, especially if you want to play with a lot of people, I think showing off your skill set, but still maintaining a connection, like you and the play scene partner are the only one there, but you still have that ability to show off your skills, I think is something that I know I do.
Oh, so it's like strategic, you mean?
Yeah,
this
but it's
this
almost
week
like
I'm
a
going to
show.
do. Yeah, like this week I'm going to do wax play because I'm good at wax play, and this week I'll do, fire play because I'm good at fire play, and that that way you kind of show off your skill set.
I think so. I feel that it's just me, at least, that I'm a showman. I like showing off. I like people watching as much as I enjoy watching. And
Sure.
I do agree with your intention. My intention is to have a scene with somebody else, not a scene with this person and a bunch of people in the room. But I know that people are watching at Dungeons, and I like to be entertaining.
Right.
And the stuff I do, I like to be, I like to be entertaining. And
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's called being an exhibitionist. There's, I'm an entertainer. I've been an entertainer my entire life. So I absolutely get that there is a certain amount of fun in being the showman and getting the group involved. But you have to be very careful to not let that get away from you. Unless it's unless it's a demo and you're at like a dungeon, some sort of big festival or something where you're doing, suspension demos or whatever, then both the top and the bottom know we are here to show off.
Yeah.
And then that's fine because you're doing fantastical things for people that are maybe not into the kink community, or just there's a lot of new people and, a lot of curiosity. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But even from that point of view, none of those demos ever turn me on. It's more just like, I don't want to be with those people. It's just more like, oh, that's really fantastical that they do this stuff. And then they have a dance and they're what do you call it when they incorporate together, sequenced, synchronized or whatever.
Sure.
That's great. It's fantastic and showy, but I'm still going to go back to, if you don't see that they're into it, then it just becomes like watching shitty porn.
Yeah.
It's just like when you can tell she's getting paid $900 to get fucked. That's it. But when you can see that she's like smiling and she's making eye contact and she's like, yeah, fucking fuck me. Even if it's acting, it's still, you're showing that there's intention there. It's just hotter.
Yeah, I like that. And so now with dealing with it, I've kind of just been like, well, I need to be very much cognizant of, and I know you like using this, who's driving the bus.
Right.
And I get those feelings, but then I immediately take the wheel and be like, no, dude, like people have sought me out to play with me.
Yes.
Like people, like I've done, I mean, it's not like, I've done the work.
Right.
I've gotten myself to the point where I can trust in my skill as a top. I can trust my skill as a sadist to provide what these people are asking from me and do it safely and have a lot of fun with it. And those thoughts are fleeting and they happen all the time, even with the most skilled of people. And I don't let it drive the bus as long as previous. So it it definitely was something I'm glad we talked about. Yeah.
I think that's a great approach. I absolutely think that's a great approach. A point I also wanted to make: when you push yourself to people, don't shoot your mouth off without hearing what they want. Because sometimes we do, hey, I'm going to be the best at this. I'm really good at wax play. Always talk about your skill. And there's nothing wrong with saying, I really love to do wax play. But whenever you hype yourself up as, I'm actually really good at this, blah, 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 blah. That puts a different thing in somebody's head, because you put an expectation. Yeah. When you kind of come in and you say that, I'm really good at this, I'm really known for this, that kind of peacocking, using your term, that's where it gets dangerous. If you come in from the fact that, wow, I really love to do wax play, what have you done it before? And then talk about, these are the things I do. And then it becomes more of like, let's explore this together. You're not coming from kind of that snobby point of view that you're great. Because it's like it's almost a guaranteed. When any chick has ever said, I give the greatest head, it's almost a guarantee they do not give the greatest head.
Yeah, they've been told they give the greatest head.
Yeah,
so that
by someone who was desperate for a blowjob. Someone who had one blowjob in their life. Had. Oh my god! And it's the same for men with oral. And whenever you overhype yourself, if you come at a point to where you have certain skills, and the way that you do wax play, the way that you spank, the way that you do. If your goal is to figure out what they like or what they're interested in, and then make an offering of the way that you do something, that lowers the expectation of the other person going in. When you say, and this is a rule in comedy, music, anything, when you get on stage and you say, coming up next, the greatest fucking comedian in the world, you have now just upped everyone's expectation to the fucking hilt.
Yeah.
And they're going to sit there with their arms crossed over their chest and go, all right, fucker, impress me.
Yeah.
And that happens in the dungeon. It happens everywhere. So that was my point. I'm glad I found it.
I like it. Yeah.
Don't overhype yourself, and then you won't get as overwhelmed when shit fucks up. Because when shit fucks up, and you've already talked about I love doing this, you can laugh about it, and the other person will be like, oh, that's a normal thing that happens. But do you love the thing that you're doing?
Exactly. I would say, that's what I was saying is that make sure you're secure in yourself. And the point I thought about with what you said is that when you put a fantasy in somebody's head, I've always said the fantasy is better than the reality. And starting off with being humble, and then knowing that you will excel past your humbleness, will even increase the amount of infamy that you receive. Like you'll be better received, and you can see that you've exceeded their expectations. The whole shoot for the moon, land in the stars sort of thing.
Right.
And I think that was something that I personally overhype myself, just because of my personality. It gets a little like, you're Uncle Creepy. What kind of creepy shit do you do? And it's like, well, I can't do what I want because you would probably send me to jail, or I wouldn't be able to be seen in public at a dungeon. But, if these are the things that you want to explore safely and consensually,
right.
I don't mind shoving pickles up your ass. It's not a problem. But you can't
ass relish.
Yeah.
You're going to make some ass relish there.
Yeah.
That just doesn't sound like a good meal. I wouldn't want that on a hot dog.
I asked the young lady if I could eat Captain Crunch out of her asshole, and we're in negotiations. So
okay, well, okay.
But you can't lead with that. You can't.
Yeah, that's usually not a good show opener.
Yeah.
With a hi, how are you? Can I eat Captain Crunch out of your ass? Well, that's
the end of the conversation.
That's 0 to 60 right there.
Yeah.
I think I think in general, you're not doing anything out of the ordinary, and I like the fact that you have found some options to get your crazies back in the back of the bus and allow you to go forward. You do have a lot of skills. A lot of people like you, and just focus on enjoying the play. Because if you're having fun, people want to be with people that are having fun. That's really the only thing that you need to give a shit about. Am I having fun doing this?
Yeah, because the fun will attract other fun. And it has. And it started. Like, I'm talking to a young lady who's a fucking sex freak. And she's just like, I heard about this and everything. And it's like, you're going to do a bunch of events. And I want to fuck you handmaiden style. And, you know, Mina wants to do it too. And that's not her voice, but that's what I'm saying.
Everything's a lofting question at the end. I want to go too. That would be amazing to talk to somebody like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go over here and get a sandwich.
All right, Boogie, I'm no longer on the show.
Hello.
Did you come and lick my pussy?
Hey, this is great.
We're keeping it tight.
Uncle Creepy, yes, we're done. We're fucking out of here. It's a good topic. Thanks so much for being here. And put your foot on the brake before you look at the girls.
Come on, Boogie. You would have done the same thing, I'm sure. Come on, man.
It probably would have been more disastrous.
And that is the end of show 437. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions, comments, or topics you'd like us to talk about, please reach out to us at pervertedpodcast@gmail.com or find us on TikTok or Instagram under the name Perverted Podcast. And on FetLife, there is both a group and a page. Please help support the show by liking this episode and subscribing to the show. And don't forget to share the show with your friends to let other kinksters like you find us. And if you'd like to give us a little bit more love, please go to patreon.com/pervertedpodcast and sign up for our $5 if you give a fuck level to become a PP sugar zombie. And with that support, you get our show a few days early, and you get our illustrious half PP episodes where we talk about stuff we don't talk about on here. And of course, love and smushy kisses to our patrons around the world. Your support means the world to us.
Thank you so much, Path Girl. Thank you, Uncle Creepy. Really fun show. And thank you so much to the directors of Desire. Because blue vaginas. Tinted blue vaginas.
I'm going to have to check it out now.
You know you're going to watch it. I'm going to watch the other half tonight and try not to cry. But
try not to cry. Why would I cry at vaginas? I mean, well, they're so beautiful.
They are. I mean, when it gets that many, you're like, I want all of them. And I've been in situations where I've had multiple vaginas in my bed, and it was like, okay, they're all yours. And it's just like that feeling of like, this is the greatest.
It's
like
mine.
Where else in the world would you want to be? Hey, want to go get a steak? Nope. Would you like to have $1 million car? No. Would you like to be on a beach? Nope. Where do you want to be? Right here with all of right here. With all these vaginas.
Are there gothy girl vaginas? Because I like brunettes. I like gothy girls.
They're all brunettes. They're French. There's no blonde bushes. They're all.
Do any of them look like Dita Von Teese or maybe like Aubrey Plaza?
I don't know. Well, what I can't. I'm gonna go. They're pretty. There's a lot of pretty girls in this, and beautiful, wonderful, wonderful bodies. So many bodies.
I think I need a vagina in my bed besides mine.
Look at that. You go watch Desire and then have a conversation with Donis.
Yeah. Knowing my
look, and then you're like, no. I didn't mean he participate. I didn't mean Donis participates in the vagina. I just mean he sits in the closet and feels good about watching me have a vagina.
And this is how we derail, folks. We gotta go. Bye.
All right, happy vaginas. We'll see you guys on the next big show.
Oh, ow, ow, ow. Get up. Okay. Ow, ow, ow. Just so stupid! It's tough to be a girl when the killers are pursuing. You've gotta have dumb luck to survive a horror movie. You go where you would never go and run and trip all night. But if you can make an impossibly clever trap that works, you might not die. I'm all alone inside a forest cabin and my cell phone isn't working. Her cell phone isn't working? I feel an evil presence. Could it be the man who chopped up 20 families? Twice. I turn around to see the door I locked is now wide open. Before I can scream, someone grabs me by the throat. I grab a nearby object and I knock him to the floor. But I stand there while he gets up and now I'm smelling popcorn?
Run!
Oh my God, run!
Oh yeah, I should totally run. It's tough to be a girl when the killers are pursuing. You've gotta have dumb luck to survive a horror movie. You go where you would never go and run and trip all night. But if you can make an impossibly clever trap that works, you might not die. No matter where I run and hide, I find that my escape is ineffective. He's coming. He's coming. He moves super slow but has an impeccable sense of direction. Lame. Is this ancient relic necklace that I'm wearing cursing me? Every time I trip a tree branch, tries to flirt with me. I met a helping stranger, I felt safe, we had a laugh. But then a splash of blood and my new friend was cut in half. Gross! It's tough to be a girl when the killers are pursuing. You've gotta have dumb luck to survive a horror movie. You go where you would never go and run and trip all night. But if you can make an impossibly clever trap that works, you might not die.
You might have desecrated pages from a sacred book.
Well, I'm up here in a cabin and I'm out of toilet paper.
The killer wants to eat your heart to resurrect the devil.
He's just insecure with daddy issues. God, what a hater.
You're going to have to run.
Yeah, I know that.
You're going to have to run.
Shut up, I know.
You're going to have to.
Do you have any other helpful tips for me? God, you're annoying. Break into a church to hide, but now I sense a big climactic ending. Oh no. I know it's up to me to find a way to bring about his day of reckoning. Myself, I find a hand grenade that's been dipped in holy water. I dress up as a nun and I throw it at his head, but I forgot to pull the pin, so he grabs me and we fight. I pull it with my teeth and he blows up in many shreds. And then the sun came out. And my hair looks like crap. It's tough to be a girl when the killers are pursuing. You've gotta have dumb luck to survive a horror movie. You go where you would never go and run and trip all night. But if you can plot twist, I'm pregnant with a demon. I name it Frank and kill 100 virgins just to feed it. You will now all worship me, the mother of Frank.
Ooh, that was weird. I'm totally just kidding. Or am I?